Sponsors. Welcome to the Ask the Expert Show with local celebrity hosts Steve-O and Renee. Sit back each week while Steve-O and Renee educate you with live in-studio experts, such as lawyers, doctors, home improvement, and financial experts in their field. Call in and have your questions answered each week at 888-565-1470. Now, here is Steve-O and Renee with today's expert in their field.
Hey, good afternoon for another hour of the Ask the Expert Show, where we bring you South Florida's top experts in the areas of health, legal, financial, and home improvement. Why do I sound so deep today?
It's the weather. It's the cold weather.
Wow. Well, if you've just tuned in for the first time, I am Steve-O, and I'm here with my co-host, Renee. We've been doing this for a couple years now, and the show just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
It does.
We're now a Monday and Friday show and drive time 4 to 5. And this is, with all of our shows that we do, this first show is very, very dear to my heart.
Because you suffer from this ailment.
Yeah, I do.
I suffer along with you. Yes.
So do you. So we both kind of suffer today.
Yes.
Our first half hour, we're doing a show on sleep apnea. And in our second hour, we've got Belu and Belu, the top foreclosure defense law firm in South Florida.
Yes, Gil Below.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. And as always, if you want to watch today's show, you can go to www.wwnnradio.com.
Well, if they want to watch this show, the first show with the sleep apnea, you could go to www.lifestyledentalgroup.com. You go to you just click on service.
You go to service.
And it says sleep apnea.
Yeah, and they can just watch the show, or if you want to, later on, you could actually go to their website and watch the rerun of the show.
Absolutely. So our first guest is one of the top dentists who specializes in sleep apnea. So please welcome Dr. Alvaro Benincourt with LifeStyle Dental in Boca Raton and Fort Lauderdale. Welcome to the show, Dr. Benincourt.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So we're going to be talking about sleep apnea and snoring, which Steve-O suffers from.
Boy, do I suffer. Well, not anymore, because I wear that horrible CPAP machine, Dr. B. Can you hear us?
No, I couldn't hear you. Hold on 1 second. Let me.
Okay, so
I love live radio.
Yes.
There's nothing like live radio.
So I was just telling you, I suffer from sleep apnea, and I use a CPAP machine, and today we're going to talk about a much better device. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. It's called the oral appliance for sleep apnea.
Well, I got to tell people that when I first found out that I had sleep apnea, it's really tough on your relationship.
Significant other, yes.
Yes, because they have to suffer through the loud snoring. Plus, I always found I was tired all the time.
So why is that with sleep apnea?
Well,
What?
He's right when you mentioned about that it's very hard on the wife, and they are the ones that first make the husbands actually to go to look for treatment because they cannot sleep because of the snoring.
It was horrible, Dr. Benincourt. And not only that, he was always tired all the time. And if I had conversations, he would actually fall asleep in the middle of me talking to him. I wasn't sure if he was bored with what I was saying or something else was going on. So is that typical with sleep apnea?
Yes, that's one of the main signs and symptoms of the sleep apnea. Also, people fall asleep very easy, just watching TV or even having a conversation or in a red light. That's why it's very dangerous for people driving.
They can fall asleep when they're driving?
Yeah, people when they're driving, some people fall asleep. It's a lot of accidents happen because of sleep apnea, because people just fall asleep when they're driving.
Can I tell you something? I have to say this. The fact that you just said that, my father, that actually happened to him. He was driving one time. He was at a red light. I didn't even tell you this. And he did fall asleep, and he hit the car in front of him. So it's very dangerous. And he found out that he does have sleep apnea.
Yes, it's true. It happens all the time.
Hey, Dr. B, let's first of all, because you have a very extensive background in this, tell everybody a little bit about your background first.
Well, I have my license I went to school in South America, in Colombia, and I came to America in 1988, and I got passed the board and got my dental license in 1990. Then I did extensive training in implants in University of Miami and in TMJ and craniofacial pain at the University of Florida. And this kind of training involves a lot of sleep apnea also at the same time, since 1992 to 2013 or 2014 actually. And I also have a lot of more training in implants and bone grafting and many of the areas of dentistry. But mainly now we focus in our practice, in my practice at the LifeStyle Dental Group in sleep apnea and TMJ.
So this has become very prevalent. Sleep apnea has been very prevalent now.
And
Yes.
you're with the name of your group is Lifestyle Dental Group. How long has the group been practicing sleep apnea? Because your group is one of the top dental groups in South Florida.
Yeah, we've been practicing with sleep apnea since 1994 actually. Treating patients that most of our sleep apnea patients are patients that cannot use or cannot tolerate CPAP, because CPAP has always been the first way of treating the snoring and sleep apnea. So most of the patients that cannot do it, and they still have many of the conditions related to sleep apnea, like any heart condition, like heart attack or heart failure, related to untreated sleep apnea. So now most of cardiologists and most of pulmonary doctors and specialists in sleep apnea doctors are referring the patients to us when they know they cannot use the CPAP.
Let me
we're going to
ask
go
you,
into
I was going to talk about that.
But first, explain to everybody, because there's people out there who might not even know that they have sleep apnea. So tell everybody a little bit about sleep apnea.
Right, and what causes sleep apnea?
Okay, sleep apnea is a condition where is a blockage in the back of the throat. When the patient goes to sleep, the jaw and the tongue relaxes and goes backwards and blocks the airway. So it's not air coming or not air going out. So that's called an event. That's called a respiratory event. When a person has no air coming in or going out for more than 10 seconds, that is called a respiratory event. So the muscles of the chest have to work harder to create pressure to make the people breathe. And that's what makes the sound. The pressurized air against the tongue and the soft palate and the uvula, that vibration, that's the snoring.
That's the snoring.
So you actually stop breathing?
Yes, people stop breathing, and that's one event. And when the people stop breathing, the heart and the brain working together make the muscles to work to create a pressure create pressure in the chest, so the muscles can expel the air with the high pressure to that such a big pressure to open to move the tongue away and the uvula and the soft palate away, so the air can go in or can go out.
So what causes people to be tired all the time with sleep apnea?
It's exactly because they don't have enough air. The brain is not receiving the necessary air, and the muscles are working harder, and the brain is working. Part of the brain is working, and the chest and the muscles of the chest are working, and the heart is working harder. Most of the main parts of the body are working harder all night long. So when people wake up, they don't feel rested. They feel more tired than when they go to bed.
Wow.
So
what signs should people look for to know they have sleep apnea?
Excuse me, will you repeat that question?
What signs should people look for to realize that they do suffer from sleep apnea?
Oh, the signs. The main signs are, like I told you before, the snoring. Loud snoring is one of the main signs. The other one is when people wake up and they don't feel rested. They don't feel like they really had any rest. Some people wake up more tired than when they go to sleep. And the other sign is being sleepy and drowsy all day. And it's like 40 more signs that are like bad. People, they start to get angry, they have bad mood.
Now I know why you're always in a bad mood unless you use that sleep apnea machine.
And also, Dr. B, since this could be very dangerous, don't you think that your better half should be extra nice to you all the time because sleep?
No.
Okay.
Settle down there. No.
Okay. So now, if a person wants to find out if they do have sleep apnea, don't they first have to go to a hospital, stay overnight, and they run the test on you, or do you do the test?
Well, there is different ways. Most of the patients that actually have the signs and they go for consultation, it depends on the severity and depends on the patient. If the patient doesn't have any heart condition and is not too tired or is not overweight, which is one of the signs of also
being overweight.
He didn't say overweight. He said something else.
Yeah, being overweight is one of the main conditions associated with the sleep apnea also, because the overweight doesn't happen only outside. It also happens in the inside.
Yes.
Oh, I thought my overweight was caused from the sleep apnea. So you're saying it's the other way around.
Well, it becomes the overweight, it becomes like a circle. You know, the more you gain weight, the more the sleep apnea gets worse.
So if you lose weight,
the worse the sleep apnea, the more you want to eat.
Okay, so let me ask you something, Dr. Benko. So if you lose weight, does that help with the sleep apnea?
Yes, some patients definitely get a lot of benefits from losing weight, yes.
And there'll be less snoring? I'm just checking.
Okay. Well, the overweight is very important because, you see, when you sleep, your body produces the hormones that make you feel full, like your stomach is full, you feel full, then you don't feel hungry anymore. If you don't sleep well, you don't have enough of that hormone, so that's why you're hungry all the time.
Oh.
That's why people eat more and more, and that's why each one condition gets the other one worse.
Okay, so we're going to take a short break right now. When we come back, we're going to talk about the apparatus that you use instead of the CPAP machine. So when we come back, we will be here with Dr. B and LifeStyle Dental Group in both Fort Lauderdale and Boca. We'll be right back.
The LifeStyle Dental Group now offers treatment for sleep apnea with 2 locations, one in Fort Lauderdale and the other location in Boca Raton. LifeStyle Dental Group believes their patients should have an excellent quality of life. Dr. Alvaro Betancourt is an expert in the effective treatment of sleep apnea and snoring. Having a blocked airway could lead to interrupted sleep, snoring, and other more serious health conditions such as heart disease and high blood pressure. Addressing sleep apnea can dramatically improve your life. If you are tired of being tired all the time, along with fatigue and drowsiness, then contact LifeStyle Dental Group right away at 561-563-1360. Spouses or partners of sleep apnea patients normally suffer the consequences, and it can be a real strain on even the best of relationships. Dr. Betancourt provides less invasive alternatives with oral appliances that help to open your airways without a bulky mask. Let Dr. Betancourt perform a full sleep apnea evaluation on you and let you know what options will suit you best. Dr. Betancourt has treated hundreds of patients, allowing them to achieve a better quality of life through effective sleep apnea treatment. Call LifeStyle Dental Group today at their Boca Raton office, 561 563-1360, or their Fort Lauderdale office, 954-563-1362.
And we're back. Boy, I tell you what, with all the shows we do, this is the one that's most
This hits
dear.
home for you, yes.
So we're here with one of the top. He's also a top dentist too, not just sleep apnea, but he's known as one of the top sleep apnea specialists in South Florida. This is Dr. Betancourt, and
so let me just ask you something, Dr. Betancourt. So do you do your evaluations for sleep apnea in your office?
Yes, we do the evaluation, and depending on the patient, we either send the patient for a sleep study at a sleep center.
Okay.
Or we do, we give them the little monitor to do the sleep study at home.
Oh, okay. I had to go to the hospital for
Not all the patients have to spend the night at a hospital or a sleep center. Some of them can get just the monitor and do it at home.
That's wonderful.
That would have been so much easier.
Yes, absolutely.
So tell people some of the medical conditions associated with sleep apnea again. We're going to scare everybody to come see you.
Yeah, the medical conditions are one of the main is the heart conditions, cardiac insufficiency, stroke, heart attack. They get fatigue, or they reduce libido is very important because women. That's why another reason why women are the ones that bring the husbands for consultation. Erectile dysfunction, TMJ, soreness and headache. Facial pain, diabetes, overweight, depression, nausea.
Oh my God, there's so much.
High blood pressure, and any other heart conditions. And another one that's very important is work and car accidents. There's very, very high the number of accidents related to sleep apnea, more than DUI.
Wow. So is it more prevalent with men to have sleep apnea than women?
Yes. Well, basically, the number of patients is more, but and it's also because the overweight is kind of more in men, at least in our practices.
Wow.
Now, if you want to make an appointment to see Dr. B, the phone number is 954-790-6867. And you've got to go to their website. There is so much great information, both dental and sleep apnea. It's www.lifestyledentistgroup.
Dental Group. Isn't it Dental Group? Lifestyle Dental Group?
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Dentalgroup.com. And so I wear a CPAP machine. I've had it now for 6 years. It is the most uncomfortable way. I mean, yeah, now I don't snore, but now I've got this.
And he also looks like an alien in the evening.
But it is
like an astronaut.
Yes,
right,
exactly.
Right. And it's so uncomfortable. I've just happened to get used to it, but I shouldn't have to get used to something. So you have an oral apparatus that works,
An oral appliance.
just as good, if not better.
So tell everybody about that.
Yeah, well, the oral appliance is like a retainer in the upper teeth and in the lower teeth, and they are attached together, and it's very simple. It does the same than the CPAP. You see, the CPAP creates pressure in the back of the tongue to keep the tongue away, and what the oral appliance does is move the jaw forward, bringing along the tongue to keep the airway in the back open. This is the same results. It's just a different way to do it.
And at least if you have to travel, I mean, when you travel, you have to pack that
The
CPAP
whole machine with me.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
So if you travel with these oral appliances, because there's a lot of people that travel for business, and they can't travel with the machine. So this is so much easier.
Yeah, just put it in your pockets and go.
Wow.
It's so embarrassing when I go to my friend's house to spend the night that what's that thing you're carrying with you? No, but
You let them sleep.
now, so do they have to come in to be fitted for this?
Yes, we only do custom appliances. Each appliance is made to each patient, for each patient. And, they just come. We take impressions, we take x-rays, we do a lot of records and a lot of medical history, and we go with the patient over the sleep study. Then we send it to the lab, and then 2 weeks later we make an appointment for the patient to just play the appliance and teach him how to use it, and teach the patient how to clean it, and that's it. That's pretty much it.
So how does it feel to wear one of these appliances? I mean, does it feel cumbersome, or do people feel like, I mean, during the night, do you even know it's there? You get used to it, obviously.
Well, the patients that use it, they're very, very, very comfortable. We're going to have some videos on the website
Oh, we'd love
Good.
that, yes.
where the patients can, where you can see the feedback of these patients, and some patients that even had like heart conditions, and that was the reason because they found they had a sleep apnea is because they had a heart condition and they had to get a bypass or some kind of cardiac procedure, and then they find out that they had a sleep apnea, so they come to us, and you see the feedback there of those patients. They very, very happy with the appliance, and it's amazing how these people that they definitely cannot tolerate the CPAP. Some patients can just not use it. They're not for it. They'd rather go without it.
There's a lot of maintenance involved too. I'm always having to order the hose and
Well, that's-
new mask and.
Well,
just-
maybe you need to go to Dr. Betancourt and be refitted. So what is the success rate for this appliance?
Well,
How
we have
effective is it?
Yeah, we have different studies for the success rate, but for the snorting, we have a success rate of 99%.
Wow,
And-
I love it.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, sometimes this is for the snoring, and for the sleep apnea in our office, the success rate in our office is 85 to 90% of the patients.
That's incredible. That's wonderful.
What about
If
pricing?
even
I mean, what is the pricing like compared to the CPAP machine?
Well, it depends. We have some appliances that go from less than half of what a CPAP machine costs, and some that cost a little more than a CPAP machine.
Okay.
So is that covered by insurance?
Yeah, that's the best thing. A medical insurance covers the oral appliance.
Wow.
They do.
It's a medical device.
So it's not considered dental.
It's
So if
not
some,
just dental appliance anymore. It's considered a medical device, durable medical device.
okay, so let me just ask you something, Dr. Betancourt. So some people don't have dental insurance. So if they go to you to have this, so it's a medical device, are they covered by their medical insurance?
Yes,
Yes.
medical insurance. Not
Wow.
the medical insurance covers it, yeah.
Did somebody tell me this is your own? You've make this appliance that you use?
Excuse me?
Do you make this appliance, or is this?
No, we send it to the lab, actually.
Okay.
Actually,
Is this
there
your
are-
design, though?
There are more than 120 appliances that we
Oh.
use.
Oh, wow.
So
So
we have to choose, depending on the patient, which appliance is eligible for each patient.
there are so many people out there. I did not realize how many people that have sleep apnea that use the CPAP machine, and
My father.
yes, and I think that there's an appliance out there that you don't have to wear a mask anymore. I mean, that is, I'm telling you, I am absolutely going to look into this because I know there's so many people out there that suffer from sleep apnea, and if you are not
And people
using,
that don't even realize that they suffer from sleep apnea. So again, Dr. Betancourt, tell people the signs of suffering from sleep apnea. So those people out there that don't even know that they're suffering from that.
Yeah, the signs are the main signs that people look for a treatment for this are snoring, loud snoring, waking up feeling not rested, like kind of tired or even more tired than you went to sleep, and also being tired and sleepy all day and kind of drowsy. And the other are medical conditions like heart, cardiac insufficiency, stroke, heart attack. When people wake up frequently at night to go to the bathroom, it's not any other condition. In most cases, it's just a sleep apnea. It's just a way that your body is telling you have to wake up. You have to wake up, breathe a little better, and then go back to sleep.
So let me ask you something, because it sounds, I mean, it's pretty serious. I mean, if you don't sleep with the sleep apnea machine or the appliance that you have, can you die from sleep apnea? Because you're saying that you stop breathing. I mean, is it that dangerous?
Yes, actually, many people die. I don't know if you remember this famous. I think he used to work in TV and CNN on a show that he died from a heart attack in the morning, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. In the next show I will have the name, but if people die from that, and the final diagnosis is from a heart attack, because they get a heart attack because they're not breathing.
From the sleep apnea. Wow.
Apnea, but it is really a sleep apnea, the one that kills the people. And
That's really
people
scary.
That does not treat the sleep apnea die 18 years younger than they should.
Wow.
If they did treatment.
That's scary. So if you think that you are maybe suffering, that you might have sleep apnea, you've got to go have these tests made. The tests will tell you, or you can go to LifeStyle Dental Group's office.
And give out the phone number. I'll give it. It's 954-790-6867. And they have 2 locations, one in Fort Lauderdale and one in Boca Raton.
Which is the one we've been
Yes.
to. And you know, your office, you also do Botox, is that right? You do dental implants. You do cosmetic dentistry.
Yes, of course.
So it's not just sleep apnea.
All phases of dentistry.
They do Botox. Wow. I may be coming over, Dr. Betancourt.
No, we're buying my new.
Anytime, you're welcome.
And there's something else that we saw on your website that you do with the
Sinus lifts?
Yes.
Excuse me?
Sinus lifts?
Your office, you also do sinus lifts?
Oh, yes, sinus lift. That's for implants. Yeah, the sinus lift is for
dental implants.
Exactly.
And when patients lose their teeth when they're younger and they don't put any teeth in the back with the maxilla, the sinus expands and then it's no bone. So we do the sinus lift. We lift the sinus. We put a bone graft in there, and that will let us put implants later on.
Well, you know what? Also, everybody is so nice in your office.
They are.
I mean, if I'm going over to have something major done, whether it's dental implants or veneers or sleep apnea,
I'm going for Botox.
I'm scared walking in. So, and everybody in your office is so nice, including Dr. Herzog, who we want to say hello to. We've come to an end of our show, which is the show went by so fast. If you would like to make an appointment with Dr. Betancourt, it's 954-790-6867. That's good for either the Fort Lauderdale location,
right? Whether you live
or
in
the
Broward
Boca
or Palm
Raton
Beach
location.
Yes.
Hey, we have loved having you on today, and I hope we've reached somebody who doesn't know they have sleep apnea, or someone who's using those stupid CPAP machines,
like yourself,
like myself.
Yes.
You've got such.
This is actually a life-saving program because people do look for treatment after this. They're gonna save 18 years of their life.
Hey, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for calling in.
We're going to go to break, and we come back. We have Gil Belu from Belu and Belu.
Perfect.
Thanks, Dr. B.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
The LifeStyle Dental Group now offers treatment for sleep apnea with 2 locations, one in Fort Lauderdale and the other location in Boca Raton. LifeStyle Dental Group believes their patients should have an excellent quality of life. Dr. Alvaro Betancourt is an expert in the effective treatment of sleep apnea and snoring. Having a blocked airway could lead to interrupted sleep, snoring, and other more serious health conditions such as heart disease and high blood pressure. Addressing sleep apnea can dramatically improve your life. If you are tired of being tired all the time, along with fatigue and drowsiness, then contact LifeStyle Dental Group right away at 561-563-1360. Spouses or partners of sleep apnea patients normally suffer the consequences, and it can be a real strain on even the best of relationships. Dr. Betancourt provides less invasive alternatives with oral appliances that help to open your airways without a bulky mask. Let Dr. Betancourt perform a full sleep apnea evaluation on you. and let you know what options will suit you best. Dr. Betancourt has treated hundreds of patients, allowing them to achieve a better quality of life through effective sleep apnea treatment. Call LifeStyle Dental Group today at their Boca Raton office, 561-563-1360,